Make sure you guys get your 5 stocks from Moomoo. Link down below. Deposit at least $100, and you could get up to 5 stocks, each of which could be valued up to $3,500. It's free money, guys. Who doesn't like free money? Again, link down below. And now let's break down a topic a lot of people have trouble with, and that is when to sell stocks. A lot of people don't have trouble buying stocks, but they do when it comes to selling. So we got to break down a couple of things in this video, and I do want to use Foot Locker as an example because this company just reported earnings and their stock fell down 30+% in one day, and I think this ties in very well with this video. So sit back, relax, and let's get right into the video, guys. Make sure to smash the like button and subscribe if you guys do find value. So before we talk about Foot Locker, let's talk about in general why people sell stocks in general, right? So number one, they sell because the moat, or in other words, the competitive advantage of the company is deteriorating, right? So whenever a company has a very strong competitive advantage, it's obviously difficult to compete with that company, and that's what makes great companies. Think about companies like Apple. Think about Google, right? Why is Apple so great? Why is that company phenomenal? It's because they have such a strong competitive advantage that it's very difficult to infiltrate into their business. Because if you are an Apple user, you have an iPhone, you have an iPad, most likely a MacBook, and all of these products are integrated and they're all intertwined with each other. And once you're in the Apple network, the Apple ecosystem, you're not getting out. You're not getting out. And it's very difficult to create a device and a basket of products. Again, we have iPads, we have MacBooks, we have iPhones, we have the iWatch, right? You have a bunch of other ones, the AirPods. It's very difficult to create a network of products that work together, an ecosystem like Apple, and their software is fantastic. It's very easy to use. So that is what a moat is, right? It's a competitive advantage. Warren Buffett looks at this as one of the most important things when you're investing in a business. You don't want to invest in a business that has no competitive advantage. So why do people sell their stocks? One reason is if there's no competitive advantage, or the competitive advantage has deteriorated over time. Let's say, for example, Apple, their products start to suck. A huge competitor comes out with a better ecosystem, and maybe their ecosystem starts to, collapse, and people don't like the products anymore. That could be a time to sell Apple stock. But as of now, Apple, their moat is intact. No one's really competing with them to the extent where I think I should sell my Apple, so I'm not selling my Apple. So that's number one, guys. Sell a stock. And by the way, I'm not telling you what to do. This is not financial advice, but in general, people sell, number one, for one reason. One of the reasons, they sell when the competitive advantage is out the window. Number two, people sell when the management team sucks, or they're off track, or maybe the CEO steps down and a new CEO comes in and takes the company in a different direction. Think about Tesla. If Elon Musk stepped down as CEO, I guarantee you Tesla stock, and let me pull the stock up, you guys can see. I guarantee you if Elon Musk stepped down, this stock would come down a good chunk. I don't think it's going to go bankrupt. I don't think the company is going to just, dwindle away to nothing. I don't think that, but I do think him being a visionary, him being the global icon that he is, him being behind the business is a huge reason why Tesla stock is doing very well and why it's been continuously doing well over the past couple of years. So you got to realize, along with the moat, if the management team takes the company, the company in a different direction, maybe they're not executing correctly, maybe the CEO steps down and a new CEO comes in, that could be a huge reason why you want to sell out. Because think about it, guys, us as investors, we have money, right? And we put money in these businesses. We're not making decisions for these businesses. the management team's doing that. So why would you want to put your money behind a management team that is a bunch of garbage, that they're not executing, they're losing money, they're not they're not making profits, they're the top line, they're not growing? Why would you want to do that? So those are two big reasons why. And another one is, hey, maybe the business is just dying out. We have tobacco stocks, for an example. People are smoking less. That's just the data, the reality of the matter. People are consuming less tobacco. These businesses, over time, probably the next 10, 20, 30 years, they're going to become extinct, unless they innovate. Maybe they get into, the green, if you know what I mean, the green. Maybe they get into that, business. Altria, BTI, British Tobacco, who knows. But that's an example as well. If the business is, the lifespan of it's not going to last for more than 5, 10, 20 more years based on the data, that could be a reason to jump ship. So we could talk all day, guys, of general reasons why to sell out. Those are just 2 or 3 that I can think of here that I have in my notes. And again, we can talk all day about it. Now, let's talk about Foot Locker. This kind of ties everything in here, right? Foot Locker, which you guys, if you don't know what Foot Locker is, it essentially holds a lot of shoe products, from different companies like Puma, Nike, Adidas, New Balance. What are the other ones? I don't know, Under Armour, everything, right? If you want shoes for basketball, for running, for this, that, the third, Foot Locker is an option. And they're pretty much the middleman between a Nike and the customer, me, you, whoever's watching this video. And that's what Foot Locker does, right? And recently, they just reported earnings. You guys can see here on the 5-day, 5-minute chart. The stock, actually on the 20-day, you should be able to see it. The stock was trading at $41, and it tanked all the way down to $26 after reporting. In other words, it went down over 35%, almost 40% in just one day. So that begs the question, what the heck is going on, right? Why is Foot Locker getting destroyed? It comes down to the business, right? And this, again, ties in to what we're talking about in this video. So when it comes to securing, and I'm going to read some notes here, when it comes to securing the latest Nike releases, options are becoming limited as Nike has removed some of its productions from Foot Locker. So Nike, their biggest, customer, or the biggest brand that, they hold the products of, Nike, they are removing certain products, certain productions from Foot Locker, according to recent reports from Forbes and from the earnings report. And they've been, expecting this, but overall, yeah, it's happening now. They've been expecting it the past year or two. Now it's here in real time. It's happening. In 2021, 70% of Foot Locker sales were in Nike products. In 2022, this year, they think the sales will account 60% of the purchases. So from 70% Nike in 2021 to now 60% in 2022. And Foot Locker is already preparing for declining sales between 8 to 10% this year. And the company wants to now expand more in terms of the other brands, the other offerings, including, Adidas, Puma, New Balance, Crocs, the ones I mentioned before. So this is a deterioration of the business in real time. This is a great example of this. People saw this report. People are seeing Nike is going less through Foot Locker, the middleman. They're now going more from, the middleman to direct, direct to consumer, right, through their website. And that destroyed Foot Locker. That completely destroyed Foot Locker. And this begs the question, will this be a long-term thing? Is this a short-term thing? Are they going to get more business from Adidas, Puma, New Balance to kind of compensate, the loss from Nike? That's the uncertainty right now. And people are not willing to stick it through and wait a couple of years to, have Foot Locker figure it out. And they're dumping the stock. So this is a huge reason, guys. And this kind of goes into the moat. And I don't know about the management team around Foot Locker, but the moat here is slowly deteriorating from them carrying the best brand out there, the most popular brand, Nike. them carrying a lot of Nike. Now it's starting to dwindle down from 70% to 60. It's going to start going down to 50%, of these sales from Nike. So this is not good for Foot Locker. And I'm not telling you what to do, but if I were in this, I would be very nervous. I'd be very nervous, and I would even consider selling out, to be honest. And honestly, I would just put my money into Nike at that point, because at the end of the day, Foot Locker has a lot of competition, and the moat's deteriorating, and it looks like this company, I'm not going to say it's going bankrupt, but it's definitely not trending in the right direction. Let's just put it that way. And I'm not willing to ride it out and see, maybe in 3 to 5 years they turn things around. I'm not willing to do that. So if I was in the scenario, I probably would be part of the sellers of this stock. That's just the reality of the matter. So that's a real life example of what's going on with Foot Locker and why people are selling out. They're losing business, slowly losing that competitive edge, very slowly but surely. And that's a quick little breakdown of why people sell stocks in general. So if you all enjoyed the video, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, drop me a comment, let me know your thoughts, and join my Patreon. If you guys want all my buy, sells, call outs, morning update videos, Discord access, more access to me throughout the day, all of that is on Patreon, link down below, or you guys can go to stocksurfest.com/Patreon and make sure to get your 5 stocks from Moomoo. It's free money, guys. Use my link, deposit at least $100, and you could get up to 5 stocks, each of which could be valued up to $3,500. That's linked down below. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching as always. Have a great rest of your weekend. Peace out.